The rains have been good this year in northwestern Uganda. For the smallhold farmers here, that's good news, especially since those who don't have access to water from the Nile or one of the lakes still depend on rainfall rather than irrigation. Uganda usually receives enough rainfall to grow staples like maize and plantain and even cash crops like coffee. It therefore stands out as a country able to feed itself, even when the rest of the region is suffering from drought. Uganda's government is often accused of being authoritarian, but Andrea Padberg from German NGO Welthungerhilfe credits the leadership with a commitment to fighting hunger.
I think the government is doing a big effort, and they have a national plan where they also put the issue of food security high on their agenda. But due to a lot of things like, for instance, the large influx of refugees, their resources are very strained, and therefore they are very much dependent on external support to cope with the situation.
Uganda is home to over 1.3 million refugees, mainly from South Sudan, and it has been lauded for its liberal policy. Each refugee family gets a piece of land from which to feed itself. We planted eggplant on another plot and the quality was good. Now we're trying out onions and hope they will be good too. The refugees also get food rations of maize and beans from international organisations. The vegetables from the farm and the rations are just enough for breakfast and one hot meal. Naturally, the newcomers put a strain on already limited resources.
We have in Uganda a high population density. We have a high population where we have a lot of youth. Many of them face unemployment. The environmental issues are becoming more and more pressing. So there are a lot of things that the Ugandan government has to deal with that actually limits their capacity to fully address the food security situation in the country.
1 in 4 Ugandans today suffers from malnourishment. Access to a balanced diet is often limited by the fact that people can't afford certain foods, rather than food not being available. So while Uganda is generally able to feed itself, improving food security remains a major challenge.